Welcome back to Become a Popcorn Genius. I'm your host, Frank DeMaio, and today we're diving into one of the most important but overlooked aspects of making popcorn: how to keep it fresh and flavorful after you've popped it. Whether you're making sweet, savory, or buttery popcorn, the type of bag you use can make a huge difference in preserving that perfect crunch and delicious flavor. So grab your favorite bowl of popcorn and let's talk about the best popcorn bags for your popcorn. We get these questions quite a bit, folks asking, how do I keep my popcorn fresh? How do you bag up your popcorn? What do you do? So we thought we would talk about that today and kind of give you a little bit of insight of some of the techniques that we use and some of your best options. So why does proper storage matter? Let's talk about why choosing the right bag or container matters so much for your popcorn. We all know that popcorn can go stale or soggy if it's not stored properly. So whether you're making caramel corn, kettle corn, cheesy popcorn, moisture and air exposure are the biggest enemies of freshness. So a good storage solution will help protect your popcorn from absorbing moisture, losing flavor, or even worse, losing that satisfying crunch. So let's jump into the different types of bags. Let's start with polypropylene bags, also known as plastic popcorn bags. If you've ever bought popcorn at a fair or farmer's market, chances are it was packed in one of these. Polypropylene bags are great for sealing in freshness and protecting the popcorn from moisture. They're durable, flexible, transparent, which makes them perfect for selling popcorn, and it makes it very easy for your customers to see the product inside. They work well for most types of savory popcorn like cheese or salted butter, and all your caramel corns and sugar popcorns as well. They're just a really great, well-rounded bag. You do want to make sure that you get a quality bag, one that is the right thickness and that's going to hold in that freshness. And we get our polypropylene bags from Polybags LLC. They have excellent customer service, a quality product, and their prices are very, very reasonable. They actually will do custom bags too. They're a little bit more money, and you do have to order a certain minimal amount to meet their order quantity, but they have a terrific product. Love their bags, love using them. Down in the show notes, there's going to be links to where we get our bags, so this way that'll help you as well. We've also wanted to talk about sealing polypropylene bags. Now, we use twist ties, and the twist ties that we use are paper coated twist ties because we found that paper coated twist ties bite onto the bag better and hold it sealed better. So we've gotten bags before where they came with these shiny foil coated twist ties, and we've used them, and what happens is because they're very slick, they kind of slip off the bag. Not that even they come off the bag, but that they just slip enough to allow a little bit more air pockets in the bags and a little bit more air in there. So we like to use the paper coated twist ties, so keep that in mind. Just a little pro tip for you. Next, let's talk about foil bags. When it comes to a longer shelf life, foil bags work really well. And we call them foil bags. They are bags that they're usually gusseted. They stand up. They're like pouches. They're also called pouches. And they really offer the most superior moisture and oxygen barriers, which are critical for keeping popcorn from going stale. They really seal tightly because they use a zipper enclosure, as well as they have a heat seal option as well, which really can ensure a longer shelf life. So you've probably seen foil bags maybe at gourmet popcorn shops, or even in the grocery store. They might have nuts or other snacks packaged in them, and they're really great for preserving freshness and flavor. While they may take a little bit more work in bagging your popcorn, they really lock in the freshness, which typically can add a couple weeks to the freshness of your popcorn and your shelf life, really. So we typically purchase our bags on Amazon. They have lots of different color options, size options, and what we do is we pack our popcorn into the bag. We tap it on the table a little bit to get as many of the gaps out of the popcorn as possible. Then we zipper seal the top, and then we use a heat sealer to put a seal right across the top, and it works extremely well. Before we wrap up from those two bag options, and those are the bag options that we use the most, I wanted to talk about something that's also super important. Freshness can be impacted by external factors, right? Like humidity. So depending on where you're located, the climate can change how your popcorn stays fresh no matter what kind of bag you use. And it also matters on the type of popcorn you're popping, right? Butter popcorn, savory flavors might have a different shelf life than your sugar coated or your caramel coated popcorn flavors. So I always recommend to do a little experiment where you are. Pop your popcorn, right? Pop up a savory flavor, pop up your sugar candy coated flavors or your caramel corn. Bag it up using some different methods. Use small bags, right? Just put small bags and then put them on the shelf. Come back in 1 week and try one of the bags and rate it and see how you think freshness is. Then a week later, do the same thing. Open up another small bag and try it and see how that goes. And then do that out for different week intervals. You know, I've had popcorn that, you know, could last 5-6 weeks depending on how it's stored and the types of bags. So taste them, check for crunch, flavor, and freshness, and that's going to really help you determine how long your popcorn stays fresh in your environment. And it's a great way to know what will work best for you, especially if you're in a humid or dry area. So no matter what type of bag you're using, proper sealing is key to extending the life of your popcorn. For foil bags, use a heat sealer. It ensures an airtight seal. And for polypropylene bags, use a paper twist tie. You can also heat seal a polypropylene bag as well. That also works. I've also seen tape sealers too. I'm just giving you what we found to be one of our best options. We like the twist tie because it's fast and it does hold in the freshness. So don't forget to store your popcorn in a cool, dry place. Heat and humidity can destroy even the freshest popcorn, so avoid storing bags near the stove or in a humid pantry. I hope this episode helps you bag your popcorn the right way and keep your flavors tasting fresh. If you have any storage tips or questions, feel free to reach out to me on social media or drop a comment wherever you're listening to this podcast. If you want to be a guest on this podcast, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to talk to you. If you have anything to do with popcorn, if you pop popcorn, if you make popcorn, if you are a manufacturer of popcorn, if you manufacture bags for popcorn, if you grow corn for popcorn, whatever it is, if you want to be a guest on our show, please reach out. Thank you for tuning in to the Become a Popcorn Genius podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And as always, pop with passion and flavor your way to genius.